The Demon Emperor casually lifts a finger, and in the next instant, a terrifying wave of energy shoots straight toward Manhwa. He reacts immediately and retreats, but in doing so, he temporarily loses control of the Divine Tower. With the restraint gone, Succubus is also freed. Meanwhile, the Demon Emperor signals for her to get out of here. Manhwa clearly isn't planning to let her walk away that easily. He goes all in and launches a full-power strike, but before it can land, the Demon Emperor's projection points its finger again. This time, Manhwa is caught completely off guard. He panics for a split second and throws the Divine Tower in front of him as a shield. But the tower is blasted away once more, and Manhwa himself is sent flying with it. This hit is far worse than before, forcing the old man to spit out a massive mouthful of blood. As he watches the succubus and the projection fade into the distance, he curses inwardly, realizing they're about to escape. Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, Succubus finally lets out a breath of relief, thinking she's made it out alive. But before that thought can settle, a sword energy suddenly tears through the sky from afar. She instinctively turns her head back, only to be split cleanly in half the very next second. No scream, no struggle, just instant death. The Demon Emperor's projection snaps around, his eyes narrowing. That sword energy immediately triggers a memory, and he can hardly believe what he's sensing and quickly realizes Jiang Yi has been resurrected. Manhwa was equally shocked. He reflects that after learning about Jiang Yi's deal with Antares from Lin, he already suspected revival was possible sooner or later, but didn't expect it to happen this fast. He clenches his fists, forcefully suppressing his excitement, and looks up toward the sword hovering in the sky. One glance is enough to confirm it, the overwhelming aura giving it away instantly. This is the demon-slaying sword, the very blade Jiang Yi once wielded. The sword began speaking openly, acknowledging the Demon Emperor and noting that after so many years, the reunion is long overdue. It further remarks that once he fully returns, he'll personally pay a visit to the abyss. With all that said and done, the sword swings down. In a single flash, the sword energy shatters the Demon Emperor's projection into fragments. The only thing left behind is the Demon Emperor's furious roar echoing Jiang Yi's name before the image completely dissipates. Manhwa rushes over moments later, barely containing himself. He eagerly asks when Jiang Yi will return. The response comes swiftly, noting that it won't be long now. He also takes a moment to comment that Manhwa has done well, adding that with someone like Old Meng guarding the human race, he can rest assured. After that, the demon-slaying sword vanishes without a trace. Old Meng quietly noted that both the Demon Emperor and Jiang Yi are far stronger than he, but this only fueled his determination to work even harder from here on out. Sometime later, the scene shifts elsewhere. Lin emerges from a dungeon, looking noticeably refreshed. With the help of the Kunlun snowgrass and a cooldown amulet, he's been grinding non-stop. As a result, his level has finally climbed to 59. While he's pondering what he should do next, and what kind of new abilities he'll unlock at level 60, the sky above suddenly darkens. A massive shadow with an unmistakably sinister presence crashes down from above, announcing that it has finally found him. Lin is still thinking about future skills and possible changes when the atmosphere suddenly collapses. Something plummets toward him at terrifying speed. His expression changed instantly and he was blasted away. He reacts almost immediately, already identifying the attacker. That overwhelming abyssal aura leaves no room for doubt. Without question, this is a demon lord. He quickly reinforces his skeletal armor and forces himself steady, but by the time he regains balance, the damage is already done. All around the camp, bodies are scattered everywhere. Many have already gone completely still, while many were severely injured. Darkness blankets the entire area, and hovering above it all is Dark Sky Demon Lord, gripping his long spear as he stares straight down at Lin. Our guy immediately recognizes who it is, but the moment his eyes sweep over the corpses, his anger detonates. Killing intent spills out almost instantly. That said, he could sense this isn't the real deal, rather just a clone. His teacher is still exploring a secret realm and won't be back anytime soon. And with no backup for at least a while, he'd have to fight all by himself. Dark Sky roars as he attacks, his power transforming into black lightning that crashes toward our boy. He tries influence our boy and declares that every death here happened because of him. But our guy doesn't hesitate for even a second. He stacks 2 primordial skills and immediately counters with soul flames. Black mist erupts around Dark Sky's body. He clearly thinks he's prepared, assuming he can easily block the soul flame. He even sneers internally, questioning whether Lin really believes the same trick would work again. However, what he doesn't expect is that soul flames enhanced by mighty soldiers and overcharged are on a completely different level, and a mere clone has no chance of stopping them. And just like that, flames land cleanly on his head. Dark Sky lets out a scream, completely shaken, asking how this is even possible. At the same time, he can clearly feel Lin's soul attacks are far stronger than last time. Lin doesn't bother responding and follows up instantly with skeletal prison. The demon lord spins his spear wildly, metallic clashes ringing out as massive bone shackles snap one after another. Even so, the little skeletons have already surrounded him from every angle. However, to the demon lord, this is almost laughable. A bunch of level 60 summons are nothing more than fodder to him. He activates another skill, hurling his spear straight into the sky. The next second, a massive gateway opens above, and countless spears rain down like a storm. With the huge AoE and the overwhelming level gap, many skeletons are wiped out on the spot, not even giving damage transfer and life link a chance to proc. Lin notes immediately that this version of Dark Sky is so much stronger than the one he encountered in Eternal Trial Grounds, meaning he has to be extremely careful from here on out. With most of the skellies cleared away, Dark Sky prepares to go all out. He grips his spear tightly and comes crashing down toward Lin with full force. Lin meets the strike head-on with his own scythe. Once again, the demon lord is stunned, and he can't believe a summoner-type profession can block his attack in melee. While Dark Sky is trying to figure out what is going on, Lin is already planning his next move. At nearly point-blank range, he casts Skeletal Prison again. Massive bone shackles erupt and coil tightly around Dark Sky's enormous body. The demon lord struggles violently, but our guy doesn't give him even a sliver of opportunity. Meanwhile, Big Boy is already in position. Infused with the poison god's essence blood, the setup is complete. The demon lord's eyes widen in horror as he recognizes it's that goddamn poison again. Big Boy wastes no time and absorbs the essence blood and launches it straight into Dark Sky's face. Bound tightly by the skeletal prison and unable to move, Dark Sky can only watch as our guy personally grips the shackles standing on his shoulders, refusing to let go. The demon lord calls our boy insane, questioning whether he plans to die together with him. Lin calmly comments that if he wants to kill a demon lord for now, this is the only way. And he knew for a fact that poison is especially effective against Dark Sky. The attack lands. Thick, toxic fog explodes outward, completely swallowing both of them as the battlefield disappears into a toxic haze. In the next scene, we see Dark Sky's body begin to melt away, and the shock hits him instantly when he realizes Lin is standing there completely unharmed by the toxic mist. He completely loses it, screaming that this shouldn't be possible. Lin, however, just smiles it off and comments that nothing is impossible, telling Dark Sky to properly enjoy the grand feast he personally prepared for him. A violent explosion tears through the sky, and with it, Dark Sky's body finally disperses for good. Immediately after, golden light erupts from Lin's body as the system notification kicks in, noting that a Demon Lord clone has been killed, increasing his level by 1, and earning enough military merit for another star. Just like that, Lin's rank officially reaches 4-star Divine General. Cold wind howls through the battlefield as Lin looks down at the camp below, now completely wrecked, along with the lifeless bodies of the professionals scattered everywhere. Guilt washes over him first, knowing Dark Sky came because of him, and these people suffered as collateral damage. But soon after, a fury he's never felt before rises up, killing intent flickering in his eyes as he remarks that the abyss is truly damned. A voice suddenly calls out his name, snapping him out of it. It was White Divine, and behind him stands a woman, and her name is Ju Qingliu, a divine-level healer. White Divine asks how Lin is holding up, explaining that the moment they received Lin's message, they rushed back from the secret realm. Meanwhile, Ju freezes when she sees the aftermath, then immediately moves into action. A moon-shaped staff appears in her hand, and a massive beam of pure white holy light descends from the sky, overflowing with life energy as it blankets the entire mountain range. A professional clinging to a wall, who had already lost an arm, suddenly watches in disbelief as his limb regenerates. And just like that, the true power of divine-level healing begins to show itself. Whether lightly injured or critically wounded, everyone starts recovering at a visible rate. White Divine comes to Lin's side and tells him to leave the healing to her. He then asks what exactly happened. Lin explains that the Abyss sent Dark Sky's clone to assassinate him, and the fight ended up dragging the camp into it. White Divine pats Lin on the shoulder and reassures him not to overthink it. He notes that humans and demons have been fighting for thousands of years, and situations like this are unavoidable. All they can do now is kill more demons and make them pay in blood. Lin looks once more at those who never woke up. Slowly and firmly, he remarks that if he ever gets the chance, he'll personally head back to the Abyss again and take revenge. The scene shifts back to the Abyss. Inside the Demon Emperor's palace, although his projection was destroyed, he had already obtained information about the Soul Eaters. He also realizes that the human race is clearly trying to nurture a supreme divine. He comments that it's nothing but wishful thinking. That said, Jiang Yi's revival also seems inevitable, meaning humanity may soon gain another half-step supreme divine. What really catches his attention, however, is that all of this appears to be connected to the sudden rise of that human boy named Lin. With that realization, he concludes that the time has come, and Lin can no longer be allowed to live. The scene cuts back once again to Kunlun Mountain, deep inside the Soul Eater's secret realm. Amid the biting cold winds, a lone professional presses forward, completely unaware that a tiny creature has already locked onto him. The insect slips in through his neck, silently invading his body and beginning to gnaw at his soul. However, he isn't the only one. Similar situations keep happening across the area, but every time someone is affected, healing spells immediately descend and stabilize them. From the mountain peak above, White Divine and the other two simply watch everything unfold without intervening. He then turns and expresses his thanks to the woman, noting that this time, they truly owe her. But she knew it was just what she had to do. She further explained that she had mobilized every outstanding healer her family had, and she would do everything she could to assist them. That said, she still doesn't quite understand why they are orchestrating all of this, asking what the real purpose is behind such an arrangement. Meng Anwen responded with a heavy tone, commenting that they are doing this to cultivate poison through poison, and perhaps more precisely, they are trying to breed soul eaters.